Aeromind is sort of this amorphous thing that's grown. In the very beginning, in order to buy the Silca trademark, we had to form a company, right, to put money into to go, purchase the trademark, so that it wasn't just me personally like writing a check.
Crossing the line, he's got one sock up and one sock down, and you're just like, yeah, I get it. It's complicated as hell.
That's fun. That's a wicked sign off. Cheers.
So we founded Aeromind to put the money together to go buy Silca, and then really as soon as I left what I was doing at Zip and SRAM, everybody and their brother wanted me to design a wheel or a frame or do something for them, and way too busy those first couple of years just getting Silca off the ground and running. I think not everybody knows, but the only thing left of Silca was the trademark, and so we bought a piece of paper and a digital registration for this trademark. And so day one at Silca, I had a blank laptop and this piece of paper that said I could use this word and this logo, and then we had to create everything from zero, right, for that. And so so the first however many years were just full of making Silca into something. And then 4 or 5 years in, I started thinking more about, we were still getting questions from pros and pro teams, and I think it was Peter Sagan when he went to Bora, the technical director there wanted me to come in and help do some work that we had done with Peter back in the, God, I don't even remember what the team was, Saxo turned into Tinkoff or whatever. My mind gets fuzzy. But we'd all worked together back then, and he said, it's a new team and it's a different structure and they don't have a technical director. Would you come help us? And I had a little bit of time, so I did. And that's where we came with the first, the wheel balance, because that was an issue for the team at the time. And so Aeromind will sort of put contracts together with teams to maybe help them with wind tunnel testing or help them with aero bar development. And generally what we do, and lubricants are a good example of this. I had this home brew that I used for hot wax all the way back to the Saxo Bank days. Cancellara one is Olympic gold on our hot wax, won the world championships on our hot wax. And there was a part of me that, why don't we turn this into a product? And of course I never thought people would actually hot wax. So I'm spending all my time trying to make an emulsified drip wax version of this product, which took years. And then of course, as soon as we're selling it, people are going, oh no, we actually want the hot wax too. And so then we started selling the hot wax, which I never saw coming. I really never imagined that product would have the success it's had, which has been exciting. But so, Aeromind is developing things like hot wax or things like the truth gauge for the professional teams. And then we kind of see how it goes for a year or two and feel, can I make a product out of this? If we talk to Saddleback about it, do you think people will buy this? And sometimes yes, sometimes no. But a lot of the technology we've developed at Aeromind has led to things. We're 3D printing aero bars for World Tour riders. We're 3D printing, I think one of the most public ones was the Alex Dowsett Hour Record bike. We 3D printed the rear end of that bike because the sponsor didn't make a track bike. And so we had to turn a road time trial frame into a track bike, and we 3D printed half and cut the bike and glued it all together to make the Hour Record bike. And so we do a lot of projects like that, and things like a 3D printed rear end to make a road time trial frame into a track frame. There's no commercial value in that. Similarly, the kind of full custom 3D printed aero bars for World Tour riders, those can be $20,000, $25,000 a piece. Plus the wind tunnel time and the laser scanning and, to get the arm shape. And it's a huge project. There's no real commercial consumer value for that. But something like the truth gauge or hot wax, there is commercial potential in that. And so it's really then, Aeromind will sort of hand that product over to Silca, and then it's up to Silca to, really take it and do what I think in a sense is almost the hard work at that point. You've got to, how do we package it? What are the words? What are the legal limitations? What do the words have to be when we want to sell it in Denmark, where they have different chemical rules? All the UPCs, all the part numbers, all the pricing, all the manufacturing. It's one thing, I'm really good at making 1 or 2 or 5 of something, but all of a sudden you have to make 1,000, right? Or 5,000 or 10,000. That's hard. And that takes a lot of focus from a team of people. And so Aeromind will sort of hand a product like that over to Silca, all in the same building. It's a lot of the same people, but it sort of gets handed over, turned into an actual project, and then Silca runs with that to get it to market.